Welcome to my Garden of Suds. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. The recipe will be in the description. So we're going to go ahead and start this off by adding the lye to the melted oil. And the way I'm doing it, I'm using the tip to the stick blender to kind of break the fall of the lye. That way there's no bubbles. After you add the lye, go ahead and blend it with the stick blender roughly around, I'm going to say 5, maybe 6 minutes. What we're trying to get is a light trace. The easiest way to tell when you have a light trace is after you mix everything together really well. You're going to want to take the stick blender out and see if you can do a little zigzag on top. If the soap stays on top and you can kind of see the zigzag and the soap falls back in, that's how you can tell you have a light trace. After you do that, you're going to want to grab 2 containers. I got these from Amazon. Very helpful, very handy. Next what we're going to want to do is do probably about 50 and 50. It doesn't have to be exact. You can use a scale or eyeball it. I prefer eyeballing it. It's so much easier just to do that. After you fill the 2 containers, we're going to go ahead and add some titanium dioxide. The titanium dioxide helps by preventing the color from mixing in the soap. So what you're going to want to do is add a teaspoon, roughly around a teaspoon per pound. Since it's a 2-pound recipe, we're going to go ahead and add 2 teaspoons. And of course, make sure you guys get the stick blender and blend it up right. This stuff will start clumping. I came up with this recipe because of Crest has their tea tree charcoal and mint toothpaste. And I'm going to tell you right now, I love that toothpaste. I have tons of it in my bathroom, and I cannot tell you on how much I love the smell of the tea tree, the mint, and of course on actually how the charcoal actually looks. So you see while I'm mixing the titanium dioxide in the other container. Next we're going to go ahead and add a teaspoon of activated charcoal. Then grab the stick blender and blend it up. I love the charcoal. I mean, who does not like charcoal? Charcoal is great on your teeth. Charcoal is great on your skin. Charcoal is great even when you guys are even barbecuing. I love charcoal. I have a big, huge charcoal barbecue. Like I said, I have drawers full of Crest charcoal toothpaste. This soap is going to be great. After you mix in the charcoal, next we're going to go ahead and add a teaspoon and a half of peppermint essential oil to the charcoal. And then to the other container, we're going to add 3 teaspoons of tea tree oil. I want this soap to smell either the same or more like the Crest charcoal toothpaste. Like I said, guys, I love it. If I can get this soap to smell just like this and I have my whole entire body smelling like this while I'm using the soap, it is a win-win, and I will be so happy to have that smell on me. I wish Crest came out with a cologne that was just like this. I know it sounds weird. Trust me, I know. My wife says I'm too obsessed with this. So after you add the tea tree oil in, go ahead and blend the essential oil into the charcoal and into the other white container. We want the essential oil to mix in with the soap. We do not want it to only be on a little bit of a layer. When you blend it in, you're probably going to blend it in for about 5 seconds, and then swap containers. And since it is still in the black container, make sure you have a rubber spatula to scrape off the charcoal soap. Even though we added the titanium dioxide, the soap should not change colors because of the charcoal, but we want to keep as much soap as possible together. And of course, after you guys, like I said, after you do that, make sure you mix it in with the white soap. And yes, this soap will turn out white. There's no colorant in it. There's no mica. The only thing in it is just the regular soap and the titanium dioxide. Next, after that, put down the stick blender, grab the soap mold of choosing. Again, I'm gonna be using this type of mold. Now, I found this technique. If you use a spatula or a rubber spatula like what I'm doing, and just using it to kind of fill the mold up, it's better for the soap. And you're going to want to just go down and then back up, and then down and back up, and just keep alternating colors until you get about to the top, or when you're about to run out. And then after that, you're going to want to go ahead and grab the mold and give it a nice little pounding on top, and make sure there's no air bubbles and it's somewhat flat. After you pound the soap mold gently, onto the table. And well, after I did it, I didn't realize this until I looked at the camera. It said automatically stop recording. So that turned out wonderful. What you missed was I grabbed a spoon and I put it into the soap, and I did circles into the soap, which gave the whole entire bar a nice, perfect swirl, and it turned out immaculate. After you do that, again, it didn't show this, spray it with rubbing alcohol or witch hazel. It will prevent the soap from getting any type of soda ash, and no one wants that. Let the soap sit for roughly about 3 to 5 days. Now, this is what it looks like on top. This is what the top looked like after I swirled it. This soap turned out beautifully. After you see me struggle getting it out of the mold, like usual, it turned out perfect. This was a wonderful smell. As soon as I popped it out and started making cuts with it, I was able to smell the tea tree oil and the peppermint essential oil, and let me tell you, I loved it. I fell in love with this bar. And you can see on how the top looked, the side, the bottom layer, and then of course the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in my new soap cutter. Thank you, Amazon. This was the best thing for me to find. If you guys are gonna start making soaps, invest in this. It's like $40. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my Wave soap cutter, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut the soap. Of course, the notches in the soap cutter here are about 1 inch, except for the ends. They're a little bit bigger. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the best part is each and every single cut. Each bar looked completely different, had a different design and everything. This soap turned out immaculate, fantastic. I could not have wished for a a better soap. And again, I'm pulling right there in the middle, and you can see on how different it is to the soaps that I've already cut. It is immaculate. So we're gonna go ahead and give this thing a try, see on how much lather this soap actually has. And there is our little hand model. I tried to have her pick it up, do this, but make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button, jump down in those comments, and most importantly, subscribe to the Garden of Suds. Until next time.